friends, my name is Hamid. Today I will show you how to go through the diagnostic on this Electrolux Lux Care wash. Find the problems, the error codes, the fault codes, or if there is any problem. I will show you how to go on diagnostic and figure it out from there. So this is the Lux Care third generation, made in 2022. To go on diagnostic, what you can do is you have to turn off the unit. Once you turn it off, turn it back on. Anywhere the knob selector is, you may want to take it to the normal and press start. Once you hear the door locks, you hear the clicking noise from the door lock, you turn off the power and then turn it back on. Press your temperature and select button at the same time. Hold both of these at the same time. I'll try it again. Turn it on. Okay, so let's select a different cycle now. Okay, so to go on diagnostic, turn on the unit, turn this knob to the normal, press start. Once you hear the door lock locks, turn it off, turn it back on, and then within a couple of seconds press temperature and select at the same time and hold it for 3 seconds. It will go on diagnostic. And how you know it goes through diagnostic, all of these lights are flashing, blinking here, and then these lights are also blinking, going back and forth. So now you're on diagnostic. The first thing you want to check is your display board. This is called UIB, user interface board, or they call it display board or touchpad overlay. They have so many names, but just the normal names, we call it display board. To check your display board, to make sure your display board is working or not, what you can do is you have to press 9 buttons in total. This is number 2. Okay, so the power is number 1 button. You're gonna press it, see? Press and hold it. All of these lights will stay on. Release it. So everything seems okay on the display. The power button is working. By pressing this power button, it will not turn it off. Once you get to the diagnostic, you cannot turn it off from the power button. You really have to unplug it from the wall for a couple of seconds in order to get out of the diagnostic. And sometimes to get out of diagnostic, you can also press the same buttons, this temperature and select. These buttons, you pressed it to come on diagnostic. Sometimes you can press it back again while the lights are blinking to get rid of diagnostic, but in this unit you cannot do that. In order to clear the error codes, you press temperature and select. It's a little bit funny. At first you can get rid of diagnostic by pressing those 2 buttons, but at the end, if you press these 2 buttons and instead of getting out of diagnostic, it will actually clear the error codes, which is a good thing too. Okay, so let's check the display board to make sure all the LED lights are working or all the buttons are working. If you got moisture build up on the unit, it will also stop the display from working. Some of the buttons may not work, and the reason you will be getting the problem with the display would be the soap dispenser. Over time, let me pull this out here. Over time you get a little bit of problem with this because of the temperature getting cold and hot all the time. It expands and then it doesn't set properly. It will cause leakage. I've got couple customers in the past complaining that they get water leakage from the bottom of the door. They call us and say that we did a lot of research, we wanted to replace the door gasket. And when I hear this, I'm like, no, I do not want to replace your door gasket. If you give me a chance, I will come and charge you for my service call, find the problem and see what's causing this issue. But if you want me to replace the door gasket, I can order it, I will replace it, but I do not guarantee if it will fix the problem. So again, most of the time I go in customer houses, I find that dispenser being the problem that causes the water leakage. And if you get water leakage right here or under the panel, it runs down there and then it runs right there, and the customer would think that it's leaking from the door gasket. In reality, the problem is right there. So do not replace your gasket if you're getting water leakage from the bottom. Sometimes if you get a little bit of hair build up right here, cat or dog hair, it will also leak water. The good part is they also tell you to clean the bottom of the door. They did not have this sticker option on old ones, but on this one they do. Okay, so again, I'm here to go through diagnostic and show you some other stuff that has something to do with diagnostic, not to give you the tips and tricks on maintenance stuff. Maybe I can do that in the next video. So to check the display to make sure they're working, you want to press these buttons. Each time you press this button, all of these little small lights, sanitize, hot, warm, cool, eco cool, will light up, and they have to stay solid on. If they're not staying solid on, it means you got problem with the display board. And if you get problem with the display board, you can have all kind of issues because of this. It will throw out 15 different error codes and it will confuse you. This one is working. This one is working. See, it also shows number 4, number 5 working. On these column, all of these LED lights, you want to see they're lighting up solid. Release it, goes. Number 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the LED display or the display board passed. Everything works okay. Let's focus here. So as I mentioned, this is the generation number, third generation Lux Care. The model number is this for this unit. To find the model number, you open the door. Usually the model and serial number is right there or right there. These are the two places that you will find your model number. On older models, I've seen the model number being right there. It's a very hard place to read it, but again, it could be there. And if you have any question, you can call their number. It's written there. So let's go on diagnostic again. Sorry guys, I talk too much, but I also want to make sure that we are not missing anything here. These units, they come with 2 different displays. Push button, select washer user interface. Rotary dial, select washer user interface. This is the rotary dial. Now you can rotate it. See, you have to rotate it. But on an old version, I wouldn't say old version, they have a different version. They made it similar, the same ear. Push button, and instead of this knob, you have the button you're pushing. So this, you can kind of push it and then turn it back and forth. You go like this. But this one, you cannot go like this. You have to hold it and turn it back and forth. To go on diagnostic, here's the diagnostic. It tells you press power to turn machine on, rotate select cycles selector ring on some models, or repeatedly press cycle button on other models. To set cycle to normal, press the start button, which I did already all of this. I went through diagnostic and I showed you how to do this. If you have this other version, you can again follow this. Number 1, see, number 1 is my power button, which I mentioned already. They're all okay. Again, I'm gonna ignore this. It's not something you really want to know. So I'm gonna pass this and let's go on the second page. This is the component test. Diagnostic test cycle. Washer diagnostic mode test. All tests should be performed with an empty tab. Any items left in the tab will cause a serious out of balance situation and potentially damage the washer as it reaches higher spin speed. Excuse me. So again, when you do the diagnostic, you always want to make sure your washer is empty, completely empty. I got a little bit water here, I can drain that, no problem. But let me go number 11 here and I'll drain it and we can come back. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're on diagnostic. We're gonna go on number 1. The number 1 on diagnostic shows the pot compartment, no test for 300 series, door locks, and the pot valve will turn on. If you're doing any kind of testing on the unit, if it's the cold water, hot water, wash compartment, bleach compartment, water softener, anything, the washer will always fill 140 mm, and then it will do the rest of the testing. So when we go on number 1, it's gonna test the pot compartment, which is this one. When we are testing this, I'll open it and see if we are getting water there. So let's turn it clockwise. You can hear it, and I'll open it too. I can hear it's filling with water. You can always see it. If you're going on any kind of testing for the water, you always want to make sure you hear the water running. You also want to make sure your water valves are on the whole time. Make sure they're fully on. If they're closed, then it's gonna pass the test and you'll have issues. So number 1, I did this test. It's filling, and now I'm going to use the wash compartment. Number 2. Again, it's filling with water, and you can always open this. See that? Number 3. Bleach compartment. You see it's filled with water. Number 4, softener compartment. See that? Number 5, steam compartment. Number 6, wash compartment. Number 7 is our door lock and the drum light. And number 8, heat and motor. Heater's not present on the 300 series. Pressure sensor, cold valve, motor, heater, NTC, door lock, drum light, all of these would be tested on number 08. We'll give it some time. Let's go number 9, circulation pump. So we are still on number 8, and I'll turn on number 9. Number 10, the concentration wash pump. Wash pump turns on for maximum 5 minutes. No power meter to need power meter to check the concentrate wash pump functionality. Number 11 is of course the drain pump. So when you select the number 11, it will drain all the water out, and then it will also go to the max spin. See, it says drain pump turns on until empty, then motor starts spinning at max RPM for 30 seconds. On number 12, all the valves are turning on, and here you go. Did you see that water drop here? Look at the water drop here. So the water drop, I was talking about this because I turn on all the valves at the same time. You see the water leakage? Most of the customers would not see this, and then the water drips inside here and then runs from the bottom. You see that water leakage? And then that's why we get a call for a customer saying that we need to replace our gasket. No, you don't want the gasket, you want to fix this issue. We don't have any problem here because I run all the water valves at the same time, cold and hot. That's why it overfilled this. That was number 12. All the water valves are getting activated. And then number 13 will also show you all the error codes here. So the error code here, if it shows let's see, 3 last error codes, it will show you the 3 error codes on this washer, and those are the last 3 error codes. Error codes displayed in order of history, most recent first. So note, pressing temperature and select set button together clears error history. Proceeds the second character alarm code alternating through the alarms. Okay, if you get any kind of error code here, what you can do is press the temperature and select button and hold it. It will make that beep noise, and then after that it will show 00E. Before I went to diagnostic or anything a couple days ago, I was just checking stuff here on diagnostic, and I found E41 was one code, and the another code was EF5. So I'll show you the error codes here, the next page. These are all the error codes. So let's see, we're gonna look at this first. I'm just gonna hold this here so you guys can see the demo mode, how to turn it on, how to do the factory reset, how to exit the demo mode. This demo mode is only for the appliances shops that they're selling appliances. They usually add it on this demo mode, so the washer will not do anything. It will act that the washer is working, but in fact all the lights, everything will stay on, but it will not start. That's why you have to see these. Okay, so I will ignore this now. Let's go to the error codes here. These are the error codes. If you're getting any kind of E11, which is fill time too long, you want to check your water valves for that. E13, water leak in the tap or on pressure sensor. I can talk all day long about all of these error codes and what causes this error code, but I'm not going to waste my time because I do not have any of the error codes. So I can give you an example of an error code here. So let's check this one, the E13 water leak in the tap or pressure sensor. What causes this code is if you're overloading all the time your washer, eventually you will get this error code. What happens is that inside of the washer, right around that area, there's a black rubbery hose. It's called pressure hose. That gets deteriorated by over time by using the heavy load. It kind of scratches it. It causes a small hole in it, and then eventually you will have this water leak in the tap or pressure sensor. So eventually you will have that error code, and then you have to call a technician. Error code I was getting in here was actually, let me check here. The error code I was getting here was E41. Control board thinks the door switch is open. My door switch was not open, nothing was open. The reason I was getting this because heavy load was being used. A lot of error codes comes because of the heavy load. So I was getting that E41, and then I was also getting another error code. So let me show you that. I was also getting F5 error code. So let's focus on these error codes. The reason I'm holding my hand here straight, the stabilizer I have is just out of its charge. It turned off on me. The reason I'm holding this camera here like this, so you can see what the error codes are and what they mean. Okay, so I was also getting F5 error code. It looked like FS error code, but it's not FS, it's actually F5 error code. Load unbalance. Again, if you have a heavy load, you will get this E41. Why? Because the cloth that's really packed up, heavy load inside of the washer, I would try to get out because the spinning speed is so fast. It's kind of pushing and throwing the stuff, trying to push it out of the door. That's why I got this error code. And then I was also getting a F5 load unbalance. When you're using large blankets, the load is super heavy. What happens when the drum goes to the full spin, it will kind of hit itself back and forth, and then you will have this F5 error code. In order to fix this, of course, you will take some of your clothes out. You take some of your clothes out. Always use less soap. Take your clothes out. Take actually everything out of the washer. Go on diagnostic. Once you go on diagnostic, you're gonna come on the last one, which is the so I got 13 here. Let me check here. Yeah, it will show you on the 13 the error codes. Once you get here, that's number 13. You want to go straight to the number 13 and then press the temperature and select button at the same time. You hold it, you get 0 error code. You want to turn off your power again. If you clear your error codes, you would be able to turn off your power from here. Otherwise, if you're in diagnostic, you will not be able to press these 2 buttons and get out of the diagnostic. It will clear the error code first, and then you would be able to do that. So to clear the error code, again, press this. You want to go on here, turn on 2 buttons, go straight on number 13. If you're turning left, it goes on higher number. Counterclockwise, clockwise to the right goes on component test. So you want to go number 13, clear error codes, go 1 after the diagnostic, go 1 to the left, and we'll go on 13 and remove everything. Clear it and then put your clothes back in. Do not overload it. It will fix the problem. You will not have this F5 and any other error codes again. Yeah, so these were the diagnostic papers and sheet I have. When you receive your washing machine, it will also have the model number written down here. 2 places. This washer and dryer I have is I've been using it for a year now. I'm really happy with it. That's my Pure Wash. The benefit of Pure Wash is, well, I don't know if you believe it or not, I do not use any soap, detergent, nothing. That's everything for me. It's only water, and it has silica gel. If you want to know more about this, you can always go on Pure Wash by Green Tech, and my friend is the owner of the company who sells these. He actually buys lots of these and sells it. I wouldn't say he's the owner of the company, but he's the only one company that sells these products right now. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys have any question, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share it with others. You can also follow me on Facebook. It's called Hamid Appliances.